Alright folks, how's everybody doing? Hey Amy, Nerd, 9334, and Pilsnerish, how are you folks? Bring that up, I want to bring this up. Rig FPL path 3799. Pause the sim here. Yeah. Max alt. Okay, like infinity. Next. Next. Okay, we're at 917. Max alt is correct. Okay, you're currently in phase climb. That's good. Hey, Captain Pro, welcome. Hey, hi to Berlin then. Right. I got you. Cool. Leg is takeoff. Accelerate takeoff. Okay. Climb mode is XL takeoff. So, we've not climbed at all. And has it gained speed? It has attained climb. It has attained speed here, climb distance. Nothing. What if I did this just for funsies? Yeah. Alrighty. What about now? I decided to dump the flight plan completely. Why the fuck not? Report. Let's see YKF. Depart that runway, it's Bulma, direct. Yep, 70 miles. No, not that one. That one. And just in case it decides to dump the route on me again, power route list. Sure, just save it as is. Perfect. 1000. Yeah, so it's that stupid climb, the takeoff and climb mode. I can use this in other places. I don't actually, so why am I keeping it in the global thing here? I don't need it. Good. Okay, so you're gonna go in here. Excel takeoff, otherwise besides excel and climb? Well, I'm gonna figure out why the hell this thing's failing and not giving a climb distance. For some reason. Reload. Hey, ITG bus. Ah, glad you like it, Captain Crow. Okay, confirm. Come on, mouse. Click on it. Okay, pause you and direct FPL path.c3830. Yep, okay, it's messing up the climb there. And so why are you returning a null climb distance, or nan? That means something's borked in the climb construction of Lavacia Feudals. Perf. Distance to Excel climb, and I do have my perf debugger. Debug, step debug. Yep. Let's see, LICS set step debug. Sure. I'm gonna enable you. True, actually, let's do it like this. True and false. Yeah, close enough. It'll be a little bit, oh, that'll be a little bit race condition-y, but whatever. Strange that the command line version of my code doesn't cause this, so there must be some slight variation in setup that's causing this, where it doesn't predict the climb correctly. Come on. Okay. Velocity 250. The hell? Feet per minute climb, sure, whatever. Why are you dumping out of there? Debug support. But you are dumping out of one of these NAND conditions here. Okay, why? perf.c1916 and 1924. Yep. No, hang on. 1919. Oh, that's not what I asked for. Breakpoint 17 and yeah, I asked for 1916. The hell? I love it when GDB sometimes just fucks itself over. Yeah, give me a debug version, relink it, and reload. Come on, get in the plane. And again, it dumped the flight plan. What the fuck? Go on, load it, activate. Activate. Execute. Piece of shit. Okay. Now, can I has my breakpoints? Finally. 2, 4. Okay, and it doesn't like the 241. Climb time. Okay, so climb T. Altitude target. Altitude. Hasn't been achieved. Yeah, so the alt change step is failing. Distance is nothing. Okay, alt change step. God damn it, when I click on something, take the goddamn window focus, you piece of dog shit. So you're failing in here somewhere, returning false. Ah, okay. You might only be here or here. So perf 1522 or 1525. 25. So you think you haven't got enough thrust to overcome the drag. And thrust. What? No. We are in climb and thrust is less than drag. Yeah, why do we have thrust of 0? Okay. Engine get thrust. Well, that's fascinating. Hey, Hatcher Company. Welcome, welcome. Okay, engine get thrust. You are returning something completely dumb. Break. Perf C1065. Okay, min thrust, max thrust, 0. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Why did you arrive at that? To be honest, I'm not even using this system, so why the hell am I messing with it? Aircraft thrust density curve is empty. Okay. Aircraft engine max thrust, engine minimum thrust, D mod, M mod, flight thrust D rate. That would give you a 0. Yeah, that would definitely give you a very, very round 0. Do I just want to initialize? How did this ever work? So, hang on. So here we parse it. Reference. Yeah. Okay. How did this ever work? Flight performance. Which means that the flight performance parameters that we're passing in are rotten. I'm sort of starting to guess at it, but where's my flight performance data? Is it possible and explain for developers to render SLA displays on a secondary GPU like Phoenix? Or do you need an external application to achieve that? Whizball, it's possible. I have no idea what Toto is doing. Yeah, personally, I don't either. Okay, so what are we passing? Flight perf. Gotta be a flight perf in here somewhere, right? Okay, now here it is, flight performance. Where do I set you up? I set you up in here somewhere. Flight perf. Okay, and FMC subsys FPL manager flight perf. Where do you get set up? Do I just simply, you know what I'm gonna do? Thrust D rate, I'm just gonna set to 1 here. We're not using that facility much at all. but for the simplicity of it all, I'm just gonna set it to no derate. That was my, it's just, this thrust derate crap is basically from way back to Stone Age of when I was trying to figure out how to do a VNAV all in one pass before I figured out that even the real thing cheats, so that takes care of that. And again, it dumped my flight plan. No, it didn't. Well, at least we now we have climb power. Doesn't really get us much, but Excel, no, hang on, what is it called? It was an FMS FPL path. It's this function here. And let's see where we stopped this time. 1916 and 1924. Oh, right, now hang on, I need to reinitialize the flight plan, right, that's why. Go to route menu, pilot routes, reload you, activate, execute, clear the disco, and now for hopefully if I go perf at 8,000, yes, okay, that worked. So get rid of this, get rid of that. I was fixing a bug where the path predictor failed to basically anticipate the waypoint altitude for ball mode there. It couldn't basically get it done ahead of time. It was just giving spurious waypoint altitudes. And turns out the underlying reason was, well, that didn't save the state correctly, but if we enter it now, we should be all good. Yeah, so it's basically doing a kind of accelerate takeoff climb mode. So the way that the VNAV path predictor works, it expects there's two different modes in which it predicts movement of the aircraft. It predicts either accelerating while not flying, so it basically can take all the energy, all the thrust energy that's in the engines and put them into speed. Otherwise, it needs to, there's also an accelerate climb mode where it needs to trade some energy for altitude. And so that's what that is for. And it was misestimating when it was using the accelerate climb, the takeoff mode. It thought that it had zero thrust, not enough thrust to basically overcome basic drag, and it was just basically failing the initial step climb. And I never saw that because all my initial constraint legs on most departures have an altitude constraint. But Pilsner is the one guy who flies weird flight plans that consists of like one waypoint. Like, where is it? There. That's the flight plan. Airport, waypoint, airport, done. So he's the one obviously who's gonna cover that kind of corner case. Anyway, thing is fixed. Let's see, do I wanna, what did I change in the other stuff? That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. And up there. Actually, I'm gonna separate these out into separate commits, so. All hail Pilsner, yeah. Okay, so tag you there. Push the change. I'll tag this thing as a v1.6 fix. Close it. Actually, I want to do one more. Okay, yeah, commit it here in the master repo. Take the thing fixed and commit that thing, and I'll make separate issues for these fixes that I've done here. So those are really kind of internal. FPL test PL21 FMS FPL test program doesn't resolve airport and runway arguments to the pause command. correctly. There we go. This is missing a specific argument, or a correct argument anyway. Okay, so go up, git status, git add fms test fpl test.c. So you're there. Commit. Actually, to be honest, this is not even relevant to users since this is an internal test program. Fixed and commit there. And Intel FX, hey, debugging is happening. I'm actually gonna go flying after this. I just wanted to get this fix out of the way so I could not lose my mind. Refactor. Solve VNF climate approach. Or rather, move climb mode variable into tighter scope in there. There we go. V1.6, although it doesn't actually matter since it is just a little bit of code cleanup. Good stuff. And after this, we're gonna go flying again as usual. No GPS. I'm gonna show you what I implemented yesterday, or today, I guess. Fixed in, I guess, refactored and commit. Any progress on bug 2440? The nav flip-flop button. I wasn't even aware there being a bug like that, so let's have a look. 2440. Oh, that's already fixed. Yep, already fixed it. It is strange that it isn't tagged for any particular release. Have a look in commit history where you are. 2440. So you weren't tagged correctly. Means I wouldn't see you. There it is now. Yeah, so that's fixed. Factor was fixed. Let's see. Date submitted. A week ago? No, hang on. It's 6th, right? It's the 6th month. So it's been fixed a month ago. Sweet. With that out of the way, what sort of route are we gonna fly for nav testing and messing around? Greetings from Spain. Well, Space Lab, thanks for enjoying it. Glad you like it. Air 524, just, no, hang on. What? I hate it when it says, is that the one? No. There's like a date format. Okay. Wait a sec. Oh no, it was last updated because I had, yeah, it's because I tagged it. It was actually fixed. Yeah, 0419, so 1 month ago on the 19th. That'd be April 19th. Yep. That's a little video of the bug in action. So let's see. I saw Chewy flying from... What is he flying? I think I have it still on SkyVector. There. From Lisbon to Madeira in his Airbus. I would have loved to join him on Vatsim. Unfortunately, X-Pilot for me right now does this lovely thing. Wah, wah. I filed a bug about it on the X-Pilot GitHub, and it's being summarily ignored for about a week. Well, 4 or 5 days. Pretty bummed PMDG 737 doesn't work well with home DIY cockpits since you've flown it in X-Plane. Welcome, Howitzer. We can't see the X-Pilot window. Well, the thing is, that's the thing is the X-Pilot window doesn't even come up Intel. And Howitzer, just to answer your question, PMDG 737 is for MSFS only, so obviously I have not flown it in X-Plane. And yeah, so I unfortunately can't offer you much help there. Intel, and the reason is, yeah, the window doesn't come up because it literally it's seg faults. So yeah. So there's that. Strange that it's linked in libcrypto from the host environment. Huh. Shouldn't it be shipping its own? There was an extractor command. There we go. App image extract squashfs user lib. User lib, yeah. Libcrypt. Okay, so it doesn't ship its own libcrypto. That is why, perhaps. I'm running Ubuntu 22.04. It's built for 2 Ubuntu versions. Have you tried both? Well, I've tried the one that I'm running right now. I'm not gonna, change the entire OS for Xpilot, but since it's linking, I just realized, since it is linking to the OS provided libcrypto, which it really, it's kind of dumb that it's not shipping its own. Theoretically, what I could do, it's going to be kind of a hack, but whatever. Let me just quickly run the latest Xpilot installer just to get, so it doesn't bother me. Yes, I agree. Why aren't you installing already correctly? Browser where Xplain is. Okay, it's definitely not in there. It's in here. Yeah. Yep. Don't launch because you're gonna crash anyway. And I'm gonna go in here, resources, plugins, remove Xpilot, and whatever. I'm gonna solve you later. Go to Xpilot. I'm gonna do it in this here window so you guys can see a little bit better. Shut down Xplain, I don't need you. Go to Xpilot. So first of all, I'm gonna extract your stupid squashfs file system. Extract. Okay, user lib, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go libcrypto Ubuntu packages. I'm gonna pick up the old libcrypto. Yeah, I know they built it for those two, but the problem is I'm running Ubuntu 22.04 by necessity because NVIDIA driver 510 doesn't work correctly on 22.04 with my desktop environment. It's this guy here, the desktop environment here basically crashes on 2004, so I had to update because they got a fix for that upstream. And yeah, I'm not gonna trade my desktop environment for Xpilot. But anyway, let's see, what do I want to pick up here? Yeah, libcrypt O, not gcrypt. No, not gcrypto, libcrypto. It runs 22.04, even less. Try the older build. Yep. Okay, Ubuntu packages 22.04, and we'll go to Focal 22.04. We'll pick up the AMD architecture version. And just give me the goddamn deb file. Yeah, sure, whatever, just go here. There we go. Save it wherever, doesn't matter. And it saved? Okay, it did. Okie doke, and we're gonna go into desktop. That's where it's saved. Android, libcrypto, Ubuntu, what the hell? No, not Android libcrypto, I didn't want that one. Wrong one. Search libcrypto, and not the Android one, but the normal one. Libcrypto dev, no. Libcrypto. Not the dev one, not the ++ one, or maybe the one. That's the one. Libcrypto udev. Okay. Apt search libcrypto. So you are actually probably part of libSSL, aren't you? Yeah, you're gonna be part of libSSL. That's the one. Search keyword libssl. Doesn't have to commit for like 7 weeks, I guess, if the maintainer is busy. Probably. That's what I thought was going to be the case. That's why I didn't, like, you know, push it or anything. I was just like, yeah, whatever. I'll just wait my turn, I guess. libssl 1.0. Bionic updates. Not quite. That's a little bit too old. libssl 1.1. Warmer. That's probably the one we want. 2204. Grab the AMD version, whichever. Where's the? Okay, apparently that's off of security updates. Where the hell did you want to dump that in my games? What the hell do you mean file not downloaded? Allowed? Oh, god damn it! It's trying to be a smart ass. There we go. libssl. Okay, contents, user, libcrypto, that one, and some engine crap. Okay, so what if I just dump you in here? You work? Let's see. App run. Ah! Magic. Okay, so what I want to do here is... Looks like first time using Xpilot. Yeah, sure, whatever. Xpilot 11 resources. Move plugins disabled Xpilot into plugins. You'll have to manually install or use existing model set. Yeah, go ahead. You need to authenticate using Vatsim credentials. Okay. Thanks for the info. Stand by, folks. We'll be continuing on in just a sec. Authorize. I am that, and where's my Vatsim token ID? Balls. There's my Vatsim ID. Okay, we're back in business. Hopefully. Let's see if it worked. Or if it is gonna work. I didn't really need to delete that deb file right away, but whatever. I guess I did. Now let's go ahead and pick it up again. Or save it. Yes, I know it's a potential security risk. I did it on purpose. Has no one made a container for Xpilot yet? Well, they have. That's the problem, Pilsner. They did, but they forgot to include one of the libraries. Please browse blah 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 where Xpilot is installed. It is installed in. That's a weird file selection dialog. Not that one. Okay, up. There. Where Xpilot 11 is installed. Yeah. Cool. Go. All CSL aircraft. The wheat. See, and if this was all integrated directly into, well, sort of, I guess, if this was integrated all directly into, whatchamacallit, that plugin, and I wouldn't have to, like, deal with all this jumping through hoops and bullshit. Installing CSL. Sweet. So, fingers crossed. This thing's not now gonna work. How do I move you? There you go. Whatever. And okay. Let's go. Full screen, baby. Go to settings. Make you all the way, and I'm gonna scale up the UI so you folks can also see. FXAA, texture quality. Yeah, it doesn't really make much of a difference, but whatever. Or whatever, I guess. New, and we want to go to LPPT Lisbon. Definitely not starting on runway. Now, where is a suitable general aviation ramp at Lisbon? I forgot. I mean, it would still be possible to mispackage the plugin. Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's they've just forgot to include the OpenSSL libs, and well, then inadvertently depended on the system provider ones, and when those changed somehow, it kind of blew up. So where would we park as general aviation? Do they give us a hint? No. That's definitely a passenger terminal. Perhaps here, or there. Have a look. Is there a famous FBO of any kind at Lisbon? The airport's kind of embedded in the city, isn't it? Yeah, there is. That looks very cargo-y down there. Anybody with no local knowledge here? Anybody know where at Lisbon you would be parking as general aviation? Tap maintenance engineering, definitely no. Tap cargo. 701 to 705. Okay. Let's see, 701 to 705, 800. Yeah, there we go. Very close. Yeah, that looks promising. Let me just check it out quickly on Google the Maps. Ooh, Omni handling. Yes, indeed. That looks very private aviation-y. Definitely looking good. So let's stick ourselves over there. Thank you. We're gonna go real weather. Well, as real as X-Plane can get it anyway. Good stuff. And nah, not real time of day. Screw that. I'll make it like this so it grabs the current time and date, and then we'll move it back a little bit, just like daytime. Cool. And we're gonna be flying the Challenger. Actually, let me whatever, I'll just run the debug version. Ain't gonna make that much of a difference. Now I gotta figure out also which build I'm gonna grab, or which state file. Okay, don't need music, don't need that. Now, I'll also have a chat with SimBrief. What did they give us for routes? New flight. We will be going. So, where's a good state file? That's a state file shut down there. A state I didn't mess with too much. Core rotor lock on route. Yeah, okay, I guess just the hog one on the ground. Don't relocate back. It's gonna give me a version warning. Yeah, I know. Actually running build 25 or whatever. Close enough. There we go. And I think, yeah, okay, the airplane shut down. Just a quick check. Yes, it is. LPPT. Now. LPMA. We're going to be flying November 650 Charlie Lima as usual. Rocking the old girl. Where's my... I have a version with browser. I almost did, but apparently it forgot again which window it's supposed to be looking for. So... that's okay. Is there an event or something? I don't know. I just want to see if I can actually fly on whatchamacallit. Vatsim. This is 2 hours. Sure. Passengers. How many passengers are you gonna have? How about we go like high load today? 6 people on board. We'll call it 5 passengers and 1 flight attendant. So where did you get the route? Apparently that's a Eurocontrol approved route, so we'll trust that. Close enough. What sort of routing are we looking at here? Yeah, sure. And LPPT. So SID. In Europe, you always have to like decode the damn thing. 6 November. GANS is 6 November. Ah, lucky. Lucky guess. So GANS is 6 November. Yeah, the Gansu. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward. And what are we looking at in terms of weather there? Weather, winds, pretty much out of the north, so clearly that is the correct SID to use. The rest of it looks okay. I will need ETOPS planning because we will be over water. Altitude, do we want to automate it? Yeah, we'll keep it automatic. Simbrief's going to figure out something for us. We're going to go Mach 0.82 because do we want to fly fast or do we want to fly high? I think that's what the Challenger, we kind of have to pick one or the other. Mach 82 is probably going to give us like flight level 340. Yeah, let's go Mach 80. Ain't going to make that much of a difference. Okay, and it looks okay, so let's go ahead and fire this thing off. Let's see if I can actually connect to XPilot. Yeah, we'll need my call sign. We'll need, definitely not that part. What's my Vatsim ID? Vatsim.net. How do I, they don't have like the login thing here anymore. Okay, I gotta look in my stupid password manager. Vatsim, what is my ID? There. Good stuff. Cell call. I actually do have a cell call code on the airplane here. It's DGEK. DGEK. Do I put a dash in there? Probably not. My .vatsim.net. Oh. I see. The aircraft code. Your vendor appears to be invalid. No. What if I use that? Aircraft code is invalid. Sure, you want to connect using an invalid type code. It doesn't even give me the option to select a type code. What do you mean? Sure, connect, and we'll figure this out. Looks like you maybe the first time you run XPilot on this computer. Open settings, verify your network credentials are saved. Yeah, I was dumping out. I dumped out my original config file in the vain hopes that that would actually solve my problem. My name. Sure, you're my home airport. You don't really need to know. And yeah, whatever, somewhere in Europe. Audio API, I suppose. Microphone device. Default. Test. And listening device is just default. I have no idea if this works. Just confirm your microphone volume. Please verify that the microphone volume level indicator stays green. Test. Okay, yeah, this ain't working. Lovely stuff. Let's test it. Let's just if it connects. Well, it's connected to somewhere. Hey, Jenny, we'll be right with you. Let me just quickly mess around with my audio settings here. Yeah, there's a lot of windows that have opened up for me, which I didn't want to do. Yeah, it'd be a straight out taxi and turn around. We going to K-dubs. 519 present. I don't know what that would all be at all. So yeah, you tell me. You'll probably want a push to talk button. So instead of this, we'll go XPilot. Radio push to talk. UYKF. Not quite. Do I have my... Oh, I got my volume all the way down. Yep. I just have my volume all the way down. There's an airplane here for sure. We do see other traffic, which is spooky. Me being used to not having other traffic around me. Kind of fascinating. Hey there. Bye. Bye. Let's see. Can this thing hear? Not sure. It's not listing all my input devices. And let me actually try and set up a different headset mic. Hopefully that'll work. And let's see. Will you work now? Okay, it's okay. So if I use my headset mic, it receives. Test. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. Yep. Cool. We are. Test. Yeah. We're good. Sweet. Let's go flying. I might need to actually file this thing, don't I? Well, we're gonna be light and high. We could probably even go to flight level 39 or 41, but whatever. Let's go get a KW. Okay. Oh my god. FAA ICAO codes for equipment. How do I tell them that I don't have a functional GPS unit? Transponder. My god, this is horrible. These equipment codes are a friggin' nightmare. You need like a separate Bible to figure out which equipment code you have. TCAS, the hell? TCAS in brief. Voice rules. Voice, yeah, sure. How do I tell them I don't have GPS available? Guys, PBN codes. All you smart people, you probably know. And equipment codes. My god, this is horrible. Okay. ICAO equipment codes. GNSS. I just gotta punch off the correct one. Yeah. GNSS. So B. So we don't have B code available because we are not LPV capable today. So not that one. GNSS. So G code is also gonna go away. There's FG. Yeah. And anything else? Okay, B and G is the one I had to remove. Good stuff. We don't have LPV, AP with the SBAS, and we do not have GNSS available today. So SD, E1, E2, E3, sure, whatever. The rest of it is probably it probably makes sense to somebody. FMC with ACARs, FIS ACARs, PDC ACARs. Yeah. We have all of that. Foxtrot is ADF. We do have that. We do not have a GNSS equipage. We have what's hotel. HF radio telephony. Are we going to pretend we have HF? And with DME triple updating and SIVA. B as well. Yeah, B we don't have. Inertial nav. Let's see. DME. No, it doesn't talk about DME updated INS. No, it only talks about DME standalone, and we do have marked that as having that equipped. So, okie doke. Time right now is 1655, give or take. 1635. So we will depart 17. Yeah, call it about 25. Give it about 15 minutes. 50 minutes actually. 50. LPMA, alternate GCTS. Cruise speed 454 knots. You know what, we could probably go faster. We'll go 470. We'll say that we can do 470. That's basically going to be like Mach 0.82. Yeah, whatever. We'll do something. Not like anybody here gives a damn. We are medium weight category, CL60 IFR. Sure, file. Flight plan filed. Okay, let me just quickly check on the map. Map vatsim.net. It should theoretically have us correctly marked down as a correct equipment type. No, November 650 Charlie Lima. It doesn't say what type I am. Why don't you say that? How do I tell it that I am a certain thing? A320 slant Lima. Okay, then we're not that. Why didn't it transfer over to type? Come on, X-Pilot. What's your problem? It doesn't let me select what type of aircraft I am. How do I... Can I... 471 sounds better. Yeah. I mean, we could. Whatever, I've already filed it. How do I tell X-Pilot that I want to connect with a specific aircraft type? Like, it doesn't even give me the option. It just says you have an invalid type. Well, thank you. But inside of X-Plane, let's see. Do we have the aircraft type? There's some sort of an ACF type thing. No. It shows for me as CL60. Okay. Where did you see that? I'm looking at the Vatsim map and it's not there at all. When I click on myself, it just says November 650 Charlie Lima. Connect from X-Pilot window. Okay, how do I do that? How do I do that? I just have a button here that says connect, disconnect, that's all. I don't have anything else. It won't let me set anything else. Just drop down, listen to connect window for me. No such thing for me. There's only connect and share cockpit. Let me show you. Whatever, you can see my Vatsim code. Oh, whatever, I'll delete that for now. This is all I have in here. Call sign. Oh, type code. All right, I'm an idiot. God damn it. I thought it was like the identity code or something stupid like that. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. Yep. All is well now. The world has realigned. Yeah. And for some reason, yeah, okay, it's marked as a slant. No, we should be slant Zulu actually, but whatever. No, slant Zulu is correct. Okay. So let's hop on in and talk to Jenny. We're gonna be off blocks. Hey Jenny, how are ya? We're gonna be off block.
Hot start flight support. How can we help you today?
Yeah. We're gonna be off blocks, so I'm just gonna align time in the sim with real time with respect to minutes. So it is 3:09 past the hour. Close enough, I guess. That's all I get. I can't type that in? Really? No, whatever. 40 is closer. Okie doke. So we're gonna depart. I think I filed for 20, 25, something like that. 20. Whatever, close enough. We're gonna be 3 crew, 5 passengers. We're gonna take Jet A for sure. Nothing else is required.
Of course, Captain. I'll get that organized for you right away.
Now, can you folks hear the aircraft? You really can't, so let me bring that up. There we go. Let's go. Windy today. What do I want to do? I want to hide aircraft labels off. I don't want aircraft labels. It's dumb. Alrighty, and we wanted to pull breakers here for the GPS units, so we don't have them available at all. Okay, GPS 1 is already pulled. And GPS 2 is over here. GPS 2 is already pulled. Good stuff. Above 2. Does the crew number actually influence anything? Yes. They start above 2, they start counting towards payload. Okie doke. Let's see how pissed off the airplane is. Yep. Yep. Okay, you go to test the fire extinguishing system. 4 squibs. I'm looking for 2 here. 2 squibs, okay. Let's box the cast so it's a little bit easier to see.
Jet pipe overheat.
5 fail messages, that's good. So let's go ahead and turn over the APU. Hey Vinny, how are you? You don't really need a third pilot, I guess, on the Challenger. I guess technically if you're doing a multi-sector and exceeding your duty limits, but for a single flight, not really. They might as well be passengers at that point. E95 plus 5. We're going to get the green light here. There it is. Select AC electric to see what we're about to switch, and go. You got good volts, good frequency, good hertzes. And with that out of the way, we can go ahead and do the checklist. Flight compartment checklist. AC and DC electrics. AC is checked, and DC LTR user powered. Nav lights, logo light are on. Cockpit lights. I'm gonna adjust the lighting here. Lamp test quickly. So I can see all the lamps. Try the other circuit. Still can see all the lamps. And I'm gonna look down. All the lamps. All the lamps. Good stuff. Duct monitor. Duct monitor up here, fella.
Bleed air duct.
Loop A and loop B. Good stuff. 2 Bravo 6 Germ. 2 Bravo 6 GER, I guess, German. Welcome aboard. We're still pissing off the IRS today? Yes, we are, Vinny. We're gonna fly, again, no GPS. Duct monitor is tested. FMS database status. FMS database is, see, FMS dead reckoning mode. So the thing is, kinda pissed off. Good stuff, cycle through. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly do a position net here. We are at LPPT. But in fact, I know that this is going to have like coordinates for on Navigraph, doesn't it? You usually do here in Europe to give you stand coordinates. Parking stands. INS coordinates. There we go. 705 through 706. Oh. Welcome, welcome. So for coordinates, we are going to be aligning on north 3846.7, north 3846.7, and west 009, 07.9. Just quick check. North 3846.7, west 009, 0709. Good stuff. Ah, crap. Ah, damn it. Had a bug in my own code. Sweet. Perfect stuff. Yeah. I know you're pissed off. That's okay. Well, that's brought the flight to a screeching halt. So why are you pissed off here? We are setting pause elevation is nan. Why is it nan? We should have elevation data from the air data system. Okay, quick test. So PL21 FM, PL21 IOPS FMC subsystem flight plan manager 820. Okay. Pause. Okay. And the initial, the first pause in it is probably missing it, or could be. Well, this is gonna, yeah, it's gonna require a little bit more fixing. FMC subsystem pause. So I guess we've inadvertently transitioned back into debug mode. Wonderful stuff. Where do I set pause elevation? Elevation. Iris position is valid. Is iris position valid? Okay. The iris for sure has an altitude. It probably, I think I might have an idea why. No, hang on. FMC position. So you have an you have a lat long, but not an altitude. Not an elevation anyway. And why wouldn't you have that? Rip Vatsim flight. Yeah, whatever. We'll file another one. Who gives a crap? Not like it matters. Where do I determine this? So this field gets populated independently of everything. We for sure have a corrected value. Yeah, we do. Is this actually a thing we do need to have in here? Does this assertion even make any sense, really? 1576. Right. If it's not a null position, set aircraft data. Otherwise, we give it the elevation position. What if we don't have a barrow value? Is this even genuinely a thing that we need? We actually don't. This is actually, I think we can just dump this thing. No, kill, restart. Yeah, blue screen of code. Lovely stuff. Okay. Get the joystick in place. Sure, yeah, whatever, restore. Come on, get in. And if I just grab, no, hang on, not there. Yeah, now it's happy. But Jenny probably lost the state. What? No, hang on. Jenny almost recovered. So what I'm gonna do, connect back up, and we're just gonna quickly jump out of here and run to Jenny and restart her servicing. So she can get me that fuel.
Welcome to Hot Start Flight Support.
Yeah, okay, timing is correct, and I need fuel.
Of course, Captain. I'll get that organized.
Yeah, bye. So, back in the saddle we go, and we are probably, so we are connected back up to pilot, to Vatsim thing. And let me check if I have my flight plan still on file there. Probably. When I click myself, nothing happens. Reload the map, come on. Map doesn't have me yet. Don't need this anymore. Okay, let's get this thing on the hump. We got the position initialized. GNSS not available is... Oh, come on. Is understood. Yep. GNSS not available. Understood. And let's check all of them have their positions initialized correctly. Go index, pause in it. 3846.7 and 73.92. 0.91. Yeah, close enough. Alrighty. Database status.
FMS flight plan uplink, ATIS.
Okay, route menu, recall, 650, send, and ATIS. Index, data link, ATIS. Go ahead and get me that stuff.
Anti-skid.
Tested.
Nose door.
Is clear, not actually clear, and we are gonna go ahead and
Hydraulic 3A pump.
power up the hydraulics. And I'm gonna use that opportunity to go ahead and get that pin out of there. Do a quick pre-flight. Cover your ears. Panels are closed. The airplane appears to be in one piece. Pretty much. And, you know what? I'm actually going to take the chocks out of the mains, leave the nose. Okay, door's closed and pin is out.
Brake pressure.
Brake pressure check is checked 3000.
brake.
And it wants the parking brake now. Is set.
Nose door.
Is closed.
Hydraulic panel and pumps.
Hydraulic panel test. So we'll go off, on, on. Good stuff. Auto, auto, on, auto.
Electric panel.
Is checked.
AC DC utility
Off
switch.
reset. Out.
Start ignition panel.
Checked.
Fuel panel.
Check. Actually, no, I do want to check the inner lock. Good. That'll cycle through.
APU LCV.
Is open.
10th stage isolation valve.
Open.
Packs.
Left. And right.
Air conditioning panel.
Is norm. Packs are on Braemar, closed and guarded and out. Temperature is set. Cabin temperature
Pressurization
control
panel.
is set. Pressurization is going to be sea level. Pretty much standard for now.
Bleed air panel.
Bleed air is checked.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel switch.
Out.
Cal anti-ice switches.
Michael
Anti-ice panel.
will want to go windshield test. Core test okay. Detect. Ice detected. Wing overheat. 2 green lamps and
Wing overheat.
test it.
Emergency lights.
Are armed.
Passenger signs.
Are actually on non-smoking and nothing for seatbelts because we're going to be taking fuel.
ELT.
Is armed.
Glare shield panel.
Hey, Hattrick Company, I've not flown this for about a month. Real life sucks. Yeah, that happens. Glare shield is do the AP disconnect bar check.
Crew and passenger oxygen.
So what we got for oxygen? 1890 is good. Crew oxygen Left side is okay. Right side is okay.
DCU
And
warning
norm.
panel.
DC warning panel
CDR.
started and out. CDR test. Green lamp comes
Audio
on.
panels.
Fuel has arrived. Audio panels are... I'm going to be talking, you know what, for Vatsim, for minimum complexity, I'm going to be talking on COM 1.
SPS system.
Hip structure looks similar. You mean the flight plan stuff? Okay, SPS check. Just a quick check here. Yes, just pressure. Good, I can disconnect. That's good enough for me.
Integrated standby instrument.
Is set.
Clock.
Is reset.
EFIS. ICAS.
Okay. EFIS, no messages. Actually, alignment is already completed. Alright, that's because it probably reloaded. So we're gonna do a little bit of a naughty boy thing. Gonna simulate a proper alignment here. It's gonna give me a little message that it thinks that my IRUs are about to die. Is correct, yeah. Power fault. That is true because I am literally about to pull them all. So IRU 3. Where's IRU 1? IRU 1 is over here somewhere, isn't it? Iridium. God damn it, where are you?
All right, Captain. Fuel truck is hooked up. Just let me know how much fuel you need.
Shut up.
Would you like to go tanks full today?
No. Go away. Well, don't go away, actually. Okay. This guy goes in. This guy goes in. All of these go in, and this guy goes in. Now, do a full reinitialization here. Pause it. Go pick it up and stick it back in. And we should be getting... Yeah, position on all of them. Yeah, we do. SDR is understood. This has been received. Sweet. Put that on there. And we are getting IRS aligning, do not taxi, IRS aligning, do not taxi, and IRS 3 aligning. Hey Camero, how are you? So we need fuel planning wise. Fuel plan, where's my fuel plan? Give me the PDF. PDF, yeah. Damn it. You up in here and drop it down in there. So fuel planning wise, this thing planted in, no, it's in, is it? Yeah, it's in pounds. Okay, yeah, it is in pounds. Just to be sure. Yep, it is in pounds. Good, so since we have an NREG jet, we need to convert this over to liters, because this guy talks in liters here. What are we debugging? Yeah, sort of IRS stuff, something like that. Good, so we need 63, I'm gonna call it 7,000 pounds just so I can simplify the math and we can go faster. 7,000 minus roughly 3,200. We need 3,800 pounds. And so we'll convert you over into kilos. So that's 1727, 1727. And we need 0.81, 2132 liters. I'm sure call it 2160.
All right, I'm gonna go start up the pump.
Have fun. In the meantime, what I'm going to do here is fuel. Will we get CRJ550 like offerings for the... how would I know that, Vinny? A22100 and E175E2. I have no idea. You got to talk to, I guess, the people making them. Okay. Shut off valve test is good. We're running. Okay, cool. Where are we on the check? EFIS ICAS. So, heading is going to be aligning. Other than that, I have no other flags here. ICAS indications have no flags. And same thing over here.
Main landing gear bay overheat.
Check.
Gear bay overheat.
And
TOS
fail.
warning switches.
And I have a overheat fail. TOS warning. Do a quick check. And guarded and out.
Pitch and roll disconnects.
Flight slope.
Are in and stowed.
Ground spoilers.
Pull up.
Auto.
Thrust
Wind shear.
reversers.
Wind shear.
Armed.
Wind
Thrust
shear.
levers.
Are
Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
checked.
Engine speed switches.
Are on.
Engine vibration check.
Amber. Vibe.
Oral warning. Smoke detector.
Smoke. We're looking for 2 smoke messages.
Smoke.
Good.
Trims. Mock trim.
Check channel 1. So. Oh, come on. Let go. Yeah, clacker is going, and if I go ahead and push the disconnect here. Channel 1 is okay. Test channel 2. Clacker. Disconnect. That's out. Good stuff.
Yacht ampers.
So both are coming on. Yacht ampers are coming on. Messages out.
Reversionary inhibit switches.
Are all norm 1 in norm. Good.
IRS.
IRSs are getting close to aligning, but they're not quite there yet. IRS status. They got 1.8 minutes to alignment, so we'll skip that item.
CPDLC.
So they'll want to go and do a PDC here, don't we? Let's go. Data link. Departure clearance request. Let's see. Do we trust they have it? Let's see. LPPT. You're a type Challenger 60. We've got which ATIS again? ATIS information uniform. So we've got uniform. We are from LPPT to LPMA. We are in gate 705. Send that off.
TCAS.
TCAS test. So TCAS test. Come on, push it.
ATIS and clearance.
So now we're waiting for clearance. We do have ATIS.
TCAS system test OK.
The TCAS test is happy. Almost on the alignment done. Let's see if anybody comes through on the ATIS, on clearance actually. ATIS, IELTS approaches in U02. Engine level 50. After landing, vacate via Hotel 4. That's arrival stuff. Okay, visibility is wind is 34018. Variable. Oh, we got something. The status. Just being processed. Stand by. Let me just wait. Let's go back to the ATIS one thing. So I'm just gonna do a quick departure performance setup.
Refueling
Everybody is
complete.
done with the
Do you
fueling.
need anything else?
We got enough fuel, so you can go ahead and
Okay, just one quick
charge me.
signature on here, and I'll be on my way. Here's a copy for your records. Have a nice day.
Yeah, see you around. Good. Fueling is completed. We're waiting for the DCL. And I want to do a quick departure computation. So we've got filed. What have we got filed? Gansu 6 November, which only comes off of. Where are you? Gansu 6 November. Only comes off of runway 02. So I'm gonna just quickly shove that in. Yeah, I didn't even activate my flight plan. Activate, execute, departing 02. Gansu 6 November, execute. Looks about right. Good stuff. Perf init. We're gonna have 7,000 pounds on board with 6 people. Gonna call it about 200 pounds of cargo, and we're gonna go up to flight level 390. That's all set up. OAT, what did they say? We have... God damn, this is so hard to read. Still need to set the clock. Yes. I saw that at Jeebus. Yeah, I know. The extra batch of EDC messages get added. Those are in version 1.5 already. They're already out. So, wind is 340. Don't do that. 340. Degrees 18. Ah, not that one. Variable blah blah blah. Visibility 10. Clouds scattered 3,800 feet. Temperature is 18. And the meter, actually, we need to put that into European units today. So that's going to be menu. Come down to config and swap you over to HPA. So what's our meter today? Is 1018. That's all set up. Departure. Matter, temperature 18, 2.18, QNH. Nothing. Why did they follow standard meter format? Like, is that too useful? Comply with speed limitations. Act LPPT info uniform. Sure. Revert to voice. Okay. Well, I guess I gotta talk to them. Unignored. No, not yet. I gotta fix that. Data link flight plan is loaded. I know. Go away message. Okay, cool. Okay, all the other stuff is cool here. So we are waiting on ADIS and clearance, so we gotta talk to people. Right, on Vatsim you have to actually look at what they're telling you the frequencies are. You can't just look at the charts. So, clearance is going to be ground. What's T ground and M ground? 12175, all the same. 2175. Actually, it's even better. It's 750. There's a difference. Yeah, we'll get some writing implements here. Lisbon ground, good afternoon. November 650 Charlie Lima, stand 705 information uniform IFR to La Palma, please. I think I did. LPMA, yeah. I did follow that one. Maybe he heard me, and maybe not. Test. Now this thing stopped working. Yeah. Wonderful. Great. What the hell?
Alpha Mike, Mike 5
God damn it. Okay, I gotta restart the stupid thing. It worked before and it stopped working. Great. Okay, try again. Yeah, it just doesn't want to work. Yes, please. Input. Okay, how do I convince this stupid thing to work? Default audio input. Wait for frames, doesn't work. And just is stuck. Great stuff. Ah, god damn it. Okay, if I switch audio inputs here.
You guys might hear me now using mic. Now it should be on the new one, on the big one. And let's see if this thing now works better. Test. Okay, there we go. Actually, even a little bit too hot. Talking normally here, that sounds about right. Good stuff. Now let's try this. Will this work now? Okay, I'm 121.75. Let's go. Lisbon Ground, good evening. November 650 Charlie Lima. It's on stand 705 information uniform and looking for IFR clearance. Maybe. Oh, nice. As soon as I key up the mic, the thing freezes. So let's try it. Maybe. The hell?
Mike, tolling point, Mike 556, shotgun, Bay 02. Transavia 905, give way to airport, tap AG20 on Mike. Roger, giving the way to the passing traffic on Mike Transavia 905.
Go ground from low, preferred communication check, top 541.
Portugal 541, hello, stand.
Okay. And it just randomly freezes the entire audio interface. Just randomly freezes on Xpilot. Well, I guess we're not flying on Xpilot after all. Because the fucking thing just keeps freezing. I gotta switch audio inputs to get it to do anything. And then it freezes again after I key up the mic again. Freaking idiot code at this thing. Yeah. Reconnect. Yeah, and it's again frozen. I have to switch audio inputs to get the fucking thing to work.
Disconnecting, obrigado, bom dia. Ground 07441, stand 301.
Yeah, it talks, but as soon as I key up my mic, as soon as I start talking, or try to talk, or do anything, even like close the window and bring it back up, it shits itself. And no, it did work this time. Test again. Maybe I need to keep the settings window open. That'll be a new one. Oh, it is receiving me? Okay.
Ground 07441.
Thank you. And did it freeze? Yeah, there we go. It froze. Wait for frames. Failed, and now it's just sitting there doing fuck all. Fucking piece of dog shit. Yeah. And it's basically in here. Expression PA, ALSA stream, wait for frames, failed, and it's basically given up on life. So they need to do a 2204 build. I have no idea if this is actually anything to do with Ubuntu. I'm kind of at a loss as to why it's doing this. Xpilot, WashFS. Is it using anything from Pulse audio? It's shipping its own lip pulse, so what the fuck? pulse. Yeah, I don't even know. It's like loading it dynamically or something. So it's shipping its own pulse libraries, so presumably that should work. But apparently that was too much to ask of this stinking thing. Yeah, it's just stuck. So I'm not flying on Pilot Edge. I'm not flying on Vatsim. Fuck Vatsim. Vatsim can go ahead and piss right off. Yes, fuck off. Piece of dog shit. And Pilot Edge with its crusty old plugin that has been updated in 15 years. Paraphrasing, but joking, but Pilot Edge, whose plugin is so old you could probably, I don't know, like probably steam powered and uses aqueducts internally. It runs like a champ, never had any trouble with any audio, always selects the correct input device, nothing. This thing, super shiny new X-Pilot, fucks itself over as soon as you look at it a little bit crooked and just implodes. Yeah, bring out the mic, and as soon as something happens, anything at all, and there we go. Stuck, and it's fucked. Audio for Vatsim uses port audio for cross-platform. Yeah, well, I don't know what it uses, but it's for sure borked as all hell. And as soon as it bugs out once, as soon as that fault happens once, it never again retries, never again does anything. It just goes away and sits there like a stupid little piece of...
Yeah, Charlie 6 November departure, squawk 471.
I leave you on pulse. Are you gonna work?
Clear resolution 7441, clear, I got it, flight level 390, Troya 6 November out of runway 02, 7412 on a box, resolution 441. 7441, exact, correct.
Okay.
So 7441, confirm squawk 4712. We read back 4712. Take it
Okay.
back.
I manually select, instead of default, I've selected an audio device. Let's see if that works. Jenny, where are my passengers? They're about to get here. Test. Okay, still here.
Please walk around what are the Portugal Alpha 3 at Hotel 4. Portugal 443, good afternoon. Taxi via uniform Alpha to stand 122.
Okay, test.
Uniform Alpha stand 122, Portugal Alpha 3.
Lisbon Ground, good afternoon. November 650, Charlie Lima, stand 705, information uniform, IFR clearance to Madeira, please.
Number 650, Charlie Lima, please stand by number 2.
Say again, please, for November 650, Charlie Lima. Did he give me a taxi instruction?
650 Charlie Lima, stand by number 2 for departure, for IFR clearance.
Apologies, thanks. Okay.
Correct to plan, Portugal 509, thank you.
I think it sounded like somebody had a screaming kid in the tower, so that's always helpful. Okay, we do have final idiot check.
Roger, let me make 34 Papa, uniform 5.
Those our passengers are going to be there. Yeah, he said standby. I just only have one headphone cup on my head, so I can sort of hear myself talking.
Hotel Foxtrot, market, Mike 34 Papa, hold short.
Yeah, and the accent kind of got me there, but okay, cool.
Maker 34 Papa, hold position.
Towels adjusted, toilet paper is up. Good stuff. And we got the thing on there, good. Drinks are ready. Lights are on.
Hello, Captain. It's Jenny from Hot Start Flight Support.
Your
Your passengers have arrived. Shall I have them brought to the plane?
Yes, please.
Understood. They'll be there in a couple of minutes. Anything else?
That'll be all.
Always a pleasure.
Let's skip this.
Take care.
FMS flight plan, wind update, perf.
Okay, so flight plan we have in.
Portugal 541.
For the time being, we'll see if any amendments are going to be coming in. Perf, we have wind update. I'm going to quickly do.
Portugal 541, please stand by.
Takeoff data.
Takeoff data is computed, and we can go ahead and just send it off. Do that.
34 Papa, taxi,
Avionics charts.
Our set.
Flight instruments.
Flight instruments actually will be given a clearance
Correction.
here momentarily, I'm sure. But just for funsies and quicksies, I'm going to have a peek at the top altitude. Initial climb clearance 6 0.
34 Papa, taxi via uniform, Foxtrot, stand 6
Yeah, it's going to be about 020 on departure.
Uniform Foxtrot on 605.
There's our initial heading.
34 Papa, thanks.
And speed. Initial speed. There is a speed constraint, I think.
And ground
There
07
isn't.
441 stand 301, QNH 1018 request push and start.
In flight instruments 460, 460, 1018, 1018, and up here we also got to set in 1018. There's about 460.
Departure briefing.
7441, push and start approved, facing
We've got
south.
already done.
Approved, facing south,
Emergency
07 441.
procedures.
Don't yell at me.
Pins, covers, chocks.
Pins are on board. Chocks are in the nose.
Cabin lights, water heaters, master seat.
That's all
Flight
set up.
compartment checklist complete. IRS, ATIS, and clearance.
Okay, they're all aligned. Now just waiting for that, for the clearance to come through. Passengers are going to be here any minute. Okay. I think we pretty much set everything up.
Portugal 541, please confirm your flight level. You need to fly.
Hey, Vinny. What are we breaking today? Flying on Vatsim,
You
unfortunately.
need to fly a flight level even. Do you wish flight level 240 or flight level 220?
Sorry, 240, Portugal 541, sorry.
Running dispatch this evening.
Change for table, Portugal 541.
Well, we shall see.
Portugal 541, are you ready to copy?
Yes, we're ready, Portugal 541.
Portugal 541, information Victor, QNH 1018, clear to Madrid
Hello,
via
Captain. How are you
EV
today?
5
Hey,
November
doing well.
departure,
How about
squawk
that?
That's great to
4733.
hear. Well, we're all set back there, so we can get going anytime.
Good. So just
Next departure,
put
Portugal
your asses down. We're
541.
going to close the door for the time being so we don't inhale all the fumes from the airport.
Portugal 541, information Victor, QNH 1018, clear to Madrid via EV 5
And
November,
Victor can listen to the
departure,
safety
squawk
announcements.
4733.
Your attention.
Clear to Madrid information whiskey on board. Information Victor on board, QNH 1018, it's bit 5
Victor.
November departure, squawk 4733, Portugal 541.
Regulations require
541,
passengers
is
to
that correct?
seatbelt and no smoking.
Portugal 543 on the blocks.
Okay, Victor.
At all times.
Right, I got to set my clock.
During takeoff and landing,
Manual.
seatbelts must be secured.
So time is
And tightened across your
1725.
hips. If the seats
So-
are equipped with a shoulder harness, it must also be secured while in your seat. Smoking is not allowed while the aircraft is
So
on the ground.
17
The
and
smoking sign is
probably
illuminated.
closer to like 26, just
Smoking
about getting
cigars
ready to
and
be.
pipes is not allowed
Good.
at any time. Smoking is prohibited in the lavatories at all
Status
times.
172, not
Destroying or
326
disabling
in
the
the
smoke
box.
detector in the lavatories is prohibited by federal law.
And it's probably got to be set manually in all of them.
In the event of an
Yep.
emergency, there are 2 emergency exits on board this aircraft.
Did it take? Okay, it did. Status 1726.
For 650 Charlie Lima, are you ready to copy?
Go ahead for 650 Charlie Lima.
For 650 Charlie Lima, information Victor QNH 1018, clear to Manila via Gansu 6 November departure, squawk 4722.
Information Victor, QNH 1018, clear to Madeira via the Gansu 6 November departure, squawk 4722, November 650 Charlie Lima.
650 Charlie Lima, read back correct.
Sweet. Alrighty, so 4722 is going in the box, and all the other stuff here, we've got the clearance squared away. It matches what we have in the box. Gansu 6 November to Gansu. Top altitude. Are we in GPS denied zone? We're GPS inoperative today. Alrighty.
Engine start checklist next.
Hello, BD 109er on uniform for request.
I think we need clearance for starting, don't we?
That smoking is not allowed when oxygen is in use.
Okie doke.
109er, good afternoon. The taxi via uniform Alpha 5, hold short whiskey.
Please consult the
Now we go
Uniform Alpha 5, hold short whiskey, BD 109er.
We invite you to review
November 650 Charlie Lima, request startup.
all other safety information regarding this aircraft. All personal carry-on items should be secured for takeoff and landing. Seatbelts must be worn during taxi.
For 650 Charlie Lima, startup approved.
Start approved 650 Charlie Lima.
To fasten the seatbelt,
Okie doke.
Engine start checklist. Doors. Closed.
Okay.
Parking brake and pressure.
109er, please
Check
direction
inside.
to taxi.
Fuel quantity and balance.
Via uniform.
Yes, checked in within limits.
Alpha
Beacon.
114.
Beacon on.
Fuel boost pumps.
Uniform Tango Golf
On.
Alpha Stand 114,
Ignition.
BD 109er.
There we go. B.
Armed. Engine 2 start.
So, call out for that guy.
Headrests filler cushions must be in place.
Good stuff. Okay, engine 2 start.
Taxi, takeoff, and landing.
We got anti-crank, we got oil pressure.
Electronic devices is not permitted during taxi,
20,
takeoff,
less than 120, and 1 turn in. Fuel's
Once
coming
the
in.
aircraft takes off, the crew will inform you when and which types of portable electronic devices are permitted to be used. Now that we've gone over the safety instructions, please sit back and enjoy your flight. If there are any questions, please do not hesitate to ask.
Fuel system.
Okay, engine number 1 is rolling back, nicely stabilized, good stuff. Fuel system check. Looking for left low pressure. Fuel pump. Left low pressure. Good stuff. Next one.
Engine 1 start.
Get clearance to start number 1. Cleared. Engine 1 start. We just started the timer here, shouldn't we? Come on, push it in. N2, oil pressure, 20%, less than 120, N1 cranking. You can actually just grab it by the handle here. That works too.
Airport 541, please set transponder mode Charlie and squawk
Good
code
crank.
4733.
Nice low temp start today.
Engine start checklist complete. After start checklist.
And
next.
it's stabilized. Good stuff. After start.
After start checklist. Generator 1 and 2.
Okay, generators 1 and
On,
2.
checked AC and DC.
Powered on.
Ignition.
Everything is powered. Good stuff.
Disarmed. Packs. On. 14th stage. Open. Cowl anti-ice. On. Check 45 seconds.
Taxi via
Flight
Alpha
controls.
Golf uniform.
Flight control check. That's an important one. So, paint a square. Good stuff. Right pedal. Left pedal. Good stuff.
Ground spoilers.
Ground spoiler check. Disarm. Nothing happening. Arm. Something happened and disarm. Back in the
Flight
lane.
spoilers.
Taxi via
Pull.
November, holding point
And all in.
November 02.
All the way.
Cal
Good.
anti-ice.
November 2, holding
Yes,
point
green advisory
runway
message on.
02,
Supplemental
Zero
ground
7
wing
44.
anti-ice.
Not gonna do the test, don't care.
Fuel balance.
Fuel balance is within limits.
Trims.
Are 5.600, 3 sets
No
for takeoff. Reset. No steer. Good.
Our
On.
ADG unit.
ADG unit test. Actually, no, I want to do the APR test there. And APR test there. ADG unit test. Light goes out.
Supplemental ground wing anti-cal
Don't care.
anti-ice.
Off.
Off. Wing anti-ice. Norm.
On.
14 stage
Left heat.
isolation valve.
We have. And the valve moves.
Wing anti-ice.
Still green.
Checked. Off.
Good.
ATS.
Yes.
N1 TO. ATC TCAS.
Got it. TARA.
TARA. After start checklist complete. Taxi checklist next.
Good stuff. So let's bring this guy over. And thanks for the follow there, Danny Tour. So I'm gonna take my ICAS over on the PFD and I'm gonna bring you over to charts.
25,
Sweet. Wouldn't really well, actually the GPS position, not the GPS position, the initialized position is actually pretty good. Let's see how long that stays. We probably will not be nearly good enough for taxi in, but whatever. So we got runway 02. I'm expecting Alpha 5, uniform 1, or is this the long piece? It's called uniform 3, uniform 2, uniform 1, Mike 5, or November 2. Let's go ahead and call them up. Lisbon ground, November 650, Charlie Lima, stand 705 with Victor, request taxi.
650 Charlie, please stand by.
Hope I didn't piss him off or something. In the meantime, we're going to request the chocks be taken out.
Visual control 125.55.
We don't need low over daytime. Now this position was initialized from the chart. Okay, chocks are away.
Number 650 Charlie Lima, taxi via Delta Whiskey, Quebec, Golf, uniform to holding points, November 2, runway 02.
Taxi by Delta Whiskey, Quebec, uniform. And can you say the rest of the clearance for November 650, Charlie? My apologies.
650 Charlie Lima via Delta Whiskey, Quebec, Golf, uniform, holding point, November 2.
Delta Whiskey, Quebec, Golf, uniform, and holding point November 2, 650, Charlie Lima. Okay, well that's going to be somewhat interesting. Creative interpretation, shall we start? Which position does it use for the aircraft symbol on the chart? It uses the FMC position, so whatever the FMC thinks the position is where it thinks we should be. Okay, so we got Delta. Where the hell's Whiskey? Probably going to look on the terminal area, a terminal chart. Might be a little bit tighter in. Airport briefing and parking stands, maybe there. Okay. Delta. I'm assuming Whiskey 1 means Whiskey, because there is nothing else Whiskey named here. Where the hell's Quebec? Quebec. Why do all these have numbers and he didn't mention any numbers? That's kind of confusing. But Delta, Whiskey. I'm assuming Whiskey continue on until we intersect Quebec. Quebec, yeah. Where's Golf? Golf. Uniform. Okay, now it's starting to make sense. November 2. Okay, I know what to do. That's confusing. Why do they have numbers here as suffixes? This is confusing. Can you change the FMC it uses? It uses whatever FMC you have selected on this here selector. So on left side it'll be FMC1, right side FMC2, unless you select FMC3 as a swap in. Okay, taxi. Light on. Left. Right, brakes off.
754, QNH 1018.
Alrighty, turn around here. Why is it so... Is my pedal dragging again here? Not really. Well, test the brakes anyway. So steering and brakes have been checked. Yeah, we need to make a... Yeah, I can see the line here. So this is delta. .705, that's us. Somebody else, hey there. How are you doing? Hopefully you're a challenger. I can't look at it right now. Cool. Yeah, there should have been a board there that tells us where to go, but this looks Whiskey 1-y. Yep, that's good. Whiskey, Quebec, Golf. And I'm assuming this is gonna be that kind of a turn. 3517 entry point. That's gotta be some old scenery or something. Whiskey 2. I sure hope we've been clear to enter. Looks like a disused air runway. Yeah, it's a disused runway. First officer's gonna turn on the lighty lights there. Nobody about to kill us. Doesn't look like it. Okay, then we are continuing on to Quebec. Here's Whiskey 3. Yeah. We have to take our right. Okay, so far so good. This is one confusing airport, let me tell you that. Okay, the right turn here, I'm presuming, yeah, that's Golf 2, so they want us on Golf after Quebec. Uniform and holding point November 2. Did my thing get stuck again? Yes, it did. Wonderful. Test? Yeah. Wonderful. Next pilot's audio is fucked again. Test? Okay, now it can hear me. Okay, and on here, this should be uniform. Hotel Sierra, what the fucking hell is this? I love it when nobody puts proper signage on the airport. That really, really improves my day. Golf 2, that matches the chart. So...
Ishbo ground, 853, ready for push and start.
Hey Quas, doing well. Okay, so
653, should start approved, 36 south.
Bring you back over to the airport chart. I think we did it mostly correctly. Certain values are correct. Okay.
Taxi checks. Taxi lights. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice.
Not
Brakes
required.
and steering.
Checked.
Reverse thrust.
November 650 Charlie
Taxi
Lima,
the de-ice,
English
pause
Boulevard,
checklist here until paper de-ice checklist is complete.
125.55.
125.55, 650 Charlie Lima. Okay, 125.55. We're looking for
Roger, thank you.
November 2.
Flaps 20. Altimeters set and cross-checked. Radar weather on. Takeoff briefing.
Reviewed.
Taxi checklist complete. Before takeoff checklist next.
Lisboa Control, November 650 Charlie Lima, short of runway 02 on November 2, ready for departure.
650 Charlie Lima, Lisboa, boa tarde. Winds 340 degrees, 16 knots, runway 02, clear for takeoff.
Runway 02, clear for takeoff, November 650 Charlie Lima. And this scenery definitely needs a lot of updating. So somebody get on it. Okay, I want the next
Zulu
one.
Control, Tango Kilo Zulu 38, push back from stand.
So I'm going to take charts over here and I'm going to take the ICAS over onto this side.
Request taxi.
Before takeoff checklist. Passenger
Tango
signs.
Kilo Zulu 38,
Advised
taxi
on.
holding point Charlie, runway 05.
On. Probes.
Holding point
On.
Charlie, runway
Windshield
05, Tango Kilo Zulu 38.
Wing and cowl anti-ice.
Not
Continuous ignition. On. ATC
Station
TCAS.
Lisboa will be closing at time 1800 Zulu. At the second,
Supplemental
Lisboa will be
grounding
closing at time
ATS.
1800 Zulu.
Checked. CAS. Takeoff config okay.
Loading
Reservoir
6
landing.
aircraft, continue
False
descent level 100.
On. Before takeoff checklist complete.
Alrighty.
After takeoff checklist next go.
Sign 5,
Looking for 90.8.
Quebec identified, expect ILS approach runway 02, descent level 100.
And it's just a momentary imbalance. That's going to
Expect
clear
ILS
itself.
02, descent level 100, Delta and 59 uniform, Quebec.
80
Traffic
knots.
4423,
Press the
holding for
set.
Charlie.
E1, rotate.
4423, Roger, there will be one arrival prior to departure, I'll tell you.
Positive rate.
99378, winds to Rosario, 020 degrees, 14 knots, winds touchdown, 020 degrees, 9 knots, runway 05, clear to land. Runway 318, runway
Alrighty.
05, clear to land.
Nav. And I want this thing in PPAS mode.
Shanix 4423, traffic is Ryanair 737 on a 3, Christian 4 mile final.
Flaps up.
Confirm inside.
My god, this is horrible.
Confirm inside, Shanix 4423. Thank you, Shanix 4423, behind, landing traffic. Back to the Kent line at runway 05, behind.
Speed 250.
And landing 737, wait, backtrack runway 05, line up, Shanix 4423. November 650, Charlie Lima identified, climb flight level 390.
Climb flight level 390, 650 Charlie Lima. Sweet. Well, they probably just want to get rid of us.
169 a kilo,
Alrighty,
descent 4,000 feet,
sequence.
clear to LS approach runway
Following the chart.
02. Sending 4,000 feet clear for the LS approach runway
Yep,
02.
3,000 or above. We've definitely cleared that.
Papa Alpha Victor 123, when ready, descent level 250.
After takeoff.
checklist.
Descending
Landing
flight
gear.
level 250.
Up.
Papa Alpha
Flaps.
Victor 123.
0. Thrust reversers. Off. Ignition. Off. Pressurization.
Lower the nose
Checked.
here.
PAX transition.
There we go.
Completed. N1.
In fact, flight level
Climb
change.
set. APU generator. Off. APU. Shutdown. Passenger signs.
Let's keep them.
CAS.
Clear.
After takeoff checklist complete.
We would like to stop the climb at flight level 350 if possible.
Okay, speed 280.
4741, yep, that's no problem. Stop climb level 350.
Noite level 350, reservation 441, go ahead.
Alrighty.
16 from Bravo, continue descent level 70.
Houston, level 7 this is over.
752, bot leave my airspace, Unicom now, 1228, bye-bye.
Ooh, that was busy.
228, Portugal 752, obrigado, ciao.
And prepared.
X86 Papa Quebec, same for you, Unicom now, 1228, bye-bye.
And standard pressure, standard.
Then X86 Papa Quebec, Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
Okay. That's all done. As soon as we get that turn out of the way, go ahead and release the cabin. What I'm going to do here quickly is take above on TCAS. I'm going to also take traffic on the LFD.
Winds 020 degrees, 1 knots, runway 05, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff from 05, Trnex 4423.
And 937, thank you, taxi stand of choice,
I'm
all
also
stands
going to
available.
take terrain. You, Paul. There we go. Okay, turn is complete. We've released the cabin here.
Lufthansa 45, Victor, proceed direct Billy, RNP Alpha approach runway 05.
Direct Billy and RMP 05 approach, Lufthansa 4 Victor.
Lisbon Control Italia 235 over.
Oof, that was a handful.
Clearance to Madeira.
235, follow on, call back shortly. Alpha 5, from Quebec, continue descent flight level 70. Clear descent to flight level 70, Alpha 5, you from Quebec.
Really clear here?
Alpha Zulu Victor 003,
No.
003, descent level 250.
View 4000. Ah, yes, of course. Explains weather,
Papa Alpha Victor 123,
which randomly
descent level
decides to
100.
not work.
Descending flight level 100, Papa Alpha Victor 123.
Alitalia 235, ready to copy.
Italia 235 is ready.
Alitalia 235, runway 28, QNH 1013.
This Century explain, please. Can I get weather?
Squawk 5225.
Maybe not. I mean,
Welcome to Madeira, runway 28, QNH 1013, now to 7 uniform.
screw me, I guess.
5225, Alitalia 235.
Alitalia 235, hit me correct. Trnex 1423 identified, climb level 360.
Climb now, fly level 360, Trnex 4423.
No weather for
Tango Kilo Zulu 38, White Charlie, back to the Kent line up
yeah,
runway
okay,
05.
finally it loaded in. There we go. Only took like a minute to download a couple of GFS files.
Lufthansa 29 Hotel Nicholas descent.
Lufthansa 29 Hotel.
Sure would have been nice to have that weather on departure, but I guess we don't get that.
Alpha approach runway 05.
Billy, I will have approach runway 05 at Madeira, Lufthansa 29 Hotel.
The 45 Victor, descent level 100.
Descending flight level 100, Lufthansa 4 Victor.
Okay, get the cabin sorted.
Ryanair 978 on stand, thank you for service, goodbye. Fine, see you next time. Bye. Ryanair 1165, Lisbon.
Ryanair 1165, go ahead.
1165, leader 1 Papa arrival, RNP Alpha 05.
Roger, lead 105 arrival, Ryanair 1165, thank you.
Building 16 from ground, descent 4000 feet, QNH 1018.
1000 QNH is 108.
So there we are.
16 departure.
1920, wind set port to 330 degrees, 15 knots, runway 35, clear to land.
35 clear to land, Portugal 190.
Sweet.
Order 003, continue descent flight level 120.
Descend, continue, descend flight level 120 until later 00.
Nobody near us anywhere.
Fishbowl control.
According to TCAS anyway.
3253, head for departure, 132.
253, wind set Lisboa 35 degrees, 18 knots, runway 02, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff from
Dude's working his ass off.
Kilo Zulu 38, wind set Madeira 02 degrees,
So,
12 knots,
let's start the
runway 05,
debugging session
clear
or
for
testing session, I guess.
the
The one that we actually intended to do.
16 from Bravo, turn right, heading 300.
So here's a thing I implemented today. I go and go to viewer DME control, stop the updater.
Flight 598 from Quebec, continue descent 4000
What I can now do
1018.
is do a manual update for a specific nav aid.
Continue descent to 4000
So let's say that we want to update from the Lisbon VOR.
Source 7441, leave my airspace soon-ish. Monitor Unicom now, 122.8, bye-bye.
If I put it in here in the inhibits, it should filter it out. So go to LIS, second page. Yep, nav aid inhibited, that's correct. So go ahead and delete you.
Answer 29 Hotel, descent level 25.
And what I want, what more do I want? Let me think.
Answer 45 Victor.
Pausing it. LIS, enter you in there.
Giant, what's your highest possible?
Now the FMC has retuned the nav radio, even though nav radio...
45 Victor.
So go like this, nav radio 1 is going to be taken back under FMC control. It wants to tune to ESP or something like that. If I go and manually set in a nav aid, I'm going to take it out of auto-tune control and basically take over frequency control manually. Let's put it like this. 112, set you to auto, well, whatever. I'm going to go manually on here. No, not that. LIS. So it'll take over, set you to manual tuning, set the frequency in, which is 114.8. And if I go to update from nav aid, it's going to start copying the positions into the scratch pad, which you can also review as a lat long. If I punch in a nav aid that is not within range, but it is inside of the database, it's gonna do like this.
253 identified, climb level 360 direct to ready.
And after a little bit, nav aid not received.
The uniform Romeo Echo Delta India.
Okay, Lisbon, update from nav aid.
Going 16 from Bravo right 360, clear LS02.
It's now checking for the input signals for its positional solution. It's calculating this dynamically based off of the data it's receiving off the nav radio. And now watch this. If I go into FMC position 1, this is currently the FMC position that it thinks it should be at. I can do a manual update. It'll also bump down our EPU value to whatever it thinks is the merit for this specific nav aid. Confirm position here.
1 echo departure.
He actually degraded the EPU because the update was kind of crummy at this range.
State it again, please.
Just disregard, flight, turn right.
And it slightly bumped us around, bumped the position.
Turning right, heading 100, Tango Kilo Zulu 3.
Give or take. Yeah, so funny that the IRUs are kind of marginal today.
Victor, continue descent altitude 3000 feet, QNH 1021.
Yeah, so we are currently in pure inertial navigation, EPUI. So go ahead and re-enable automatic VOR DME updating.
Plan to hold at Billy.
It's probably going to pick it up pretty soon. I'm going to bump us back down to EPUR, radio nav, and actually also needs auto-tuning for the VOR DME updating to work. I know that. Prague, EPUI. Hey, Deutschwerks. Or do you use vertical speed too? Most of them actually, to my knowledge, use vertical speed. I'm the kind of weirdo of that. Well, because I've coded the thing, I know that it behaves correctly when we go flight level change. But in the real thing, apparently flight level change is kind of unstable at high speed. So I guess I've made it a little bit too good. So, pausing it, it should now be trying to tune its own nav aids. Well, soon anyway.
Italia 235, push and start approved.
Push and start report on Italia 235. And high tree.
So we're recomputing the vertical deviation for the descent.
Portugal 1600 kilo, contact ground 121.750, goodbye. 21750,
Why aren't you trying to tune anything? Is there nothing in range anymore?
Thank you. Welling 16 from Bravo,
should still have something.
30 degrees 1 at knots, runway 02, clear to land.
It should pretty soon start to tune in new stuff. Only does it after a few minutes of time delay, normally.
Papa Alpha Victor 123, contact approach 119.1.
There we go, EPUR, and bumped it right down to EPU 0.19er.
Azure 003, contact approach 119.1, goodbye.
Ironically, it's actually slightly less accurate than previously where we were, but close enough. Here's the VOR DME solution is off by like 0.13 miles or so. DME solution is a bit tighter.
Lufthansa 714, confirm, second? Lufthansa 714. 740 cent, flat level. Confirm you're ready for descent?
Also needs to be used with caution, yeah.
Lufthansa 740 cent 250. 250, Lufthansa 714.
Alrighty, yeah, the DME solution is now point.
And also installation pool will be closing shortly. Kilo 38, proceed direct Narta.
Cool.
Directing Narta, Tango Kilo Zulu 38.
Lufthansa 45 Victor, you appear to be number 1. Right now, winds at Madeira 020 degrees, 12 knots, QNH is 1021. Sweet. Pool will now be closing. 1 to Unicom, 122 decimal H. Goodbye.
122 decimal H, Lufthansa 4 Victor, thank you, bye.
Lufthansa 29 Hotel, you appear to be number 2. Number 1 is 8 miles ahead.
Yeah,
right
classic.
Now, Madeira, 020
Vatsim
degrees, 12 knots,
disappears.
QNH 1021. 1 to Unicom, 122 decimal H. Bye-bye.
Unicom 228, Lufthansa 29 Hotel, okay.
Then Kilo 38, Unicom 128, bye-bye.
Unicom 128, Tango Kilo 38, bye-bye, thank you.
Next 1423, Unicom 128, bye-bye. 122 decimal 8, thank you for the great service as always, next 1423. November 650 Charlie Lima, Unicom 122 decimal 8, for information, right now at Madeira, wind 020 degrees, 12 knots, runway 05, PSP News.
I think that was for us. 22.8, see you around, 650 Charlie Lima.
Alpine 64 Whiskey, Unicom 122 decimal 8, right now at Porto, winds 3.
How'd you get Vatsim radio effects to sound a little better? Cheerful Michael, I mean, they're not incorrect. This is what it sounds like in real life, yeah. Yeah, that's about, I mean, the way they are, is it good? And Trackamus, given development lessons to PMDG guys, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're perfectly competent and capable themselves. So yeah. So apparently in Madeira they're landing 05, which is about what we expected. I'm actually going to code in the arrival. What did we have filed? Lidro 1 Papa. Okay. So swap this guy over to plan mode. Arrival, LPMA arrival. The little Lidro 1 Papa. Down to Pillim. Good stuff. Sweet. 390. Let's go ahead and step on it. How about that? Gotta go to Mach 0.82. Come on, airplane. We got places to be, things to do. Ah, lovely white tiles and X-plane, of course. Yeah, we're still probably within range of some navigational aids. Yeah, EPU 0.33, and that's, mind you, no GPS. You're purely inertial today. Well, and radio navigational aided. In fact, what I could do down here is I go to lower menu, map symbols, and let's pick up some high nav aids to be displayed. Oh, plenty. Although that's 300 miles away. So we would probably want something a little bit closer to us. You can actually scroll onto the map if you go back, and now we go. And we're on our airplane. Let's see, what's within 100 miles of us? Just about barely getting out of range. Pretty soon we're not going to have any nav aids anymore. How Simbrief interact with Challenger? What should you do in order to be working together? Trackamus, I mean, it works. You can uplink flight plans into the airplane. You can, I mean, that's pretty much it for Simbrief, really. That's all you need. So, I guess it works. And one thing that we will not get with GPS inoperative is we will not get synthetic vision, so SVS is inop today. If we had GPS signal, we could get synthetic vision. But whatever. Good enough, honestly. So index Prague. We're still within radio guidance range. Radio updating anyway. Although it might just about be getting ready to drop off. Let's see. Let's look inside of the brains of the FMC. Oh yeah, still got some candidates to work with. Reasonably good ones. I think like 160 miles is the limit where the 160 miles is the limit where the DME system is going to work, or 120 miles is the limit for the VOR. Yeah, just about. Just set up your pilot ID, not username, in the user settings. Yes. As long as if you set that up, you're going to be good. But yeah, the system is still working away. Fairly low quality matches at this point. Normally you want, obviously, a DME matches better. If the closer it is to 90 degrees, the better from each other. But, you know, it's good enough for today, as we're flying out over the water. And pretty soon we're going to be outside of the range of anything, so we'll just have to do with whatever. Can recall the flight plan, yeah, by origin destination, flight number, or fleet identification number. Yep. There's a bunch of ways you can recall the flight plan. Here's a funny thing. The FMCs cross-talk to each other which DME and which VOR pair they're looking at, and they will try to avoid picking the same ones. So for instance, this guy now had to swap over from ESP to SGR because SGR or ESP probably is not receivable anymore. So he's had to retune to the same VOR DME station. Normally they will try and keep them separate, but right now they have swapped both to the same one because they are out of options. But you'll notice on the DMEs, they are picking different options right now. So this guy's on Lisbon and SGR, and this guy's on SRA and DMX for DME updating. And usually the guiding side, so in this case I'm flying on the left autopilot, that means guiding on FMC1. He's going to get first pickings of the best VOR and DME pairing, and the other guy is going to get the sort of lower quality stuff. If I were to reverse the autopilot and start flying on the right-hand side autopilot, like so, then the right-hand side would actually get first pickings, and the left-hand side would have to probably retune. There's a bunch of logic that goes on inside of it though, so it will not retune when you're in the approach phase. So when you're getting very, very close to the airport of your destination, it will try to avoid retuning, but there's a bunch more stuff that happens. So I've coded in a path predictor such that it will pick VOR and DME stations that are not directly on your approach path. The idea being that if you overfly a VOR station, you get very wonky guidance. So it will try and exclude anything that comes to within 3 miles of your approach path and pick something that's a little bit further away, but not too far. On approach, it will actually limit itself to VOR options that are 60 miles away. No more. And so between 3 and 60 from the entire approach path, including the misapproach, just to make sure that you're going to have solid guidance. And then once you are inside of the approach phase, as long as it can receive the nav aid, it's going to keep it tuned in and keep using it, even if it gets overtaken in quality by some other options that might be, slightly better positioned for your current phase of flight. It's basically going to try and pick out the most reasonable options for approach systems. Now, will Twitch work for me here? Of course it won't. Why would it? Oh, that's the button. Yeah, there we go. So that's the way the system works. It tries to pick the best option for you, and in lieu of that, it will try the next best thing, I guess. Let's see. Xpilot's still working okay, so audio is working so far. Fortunately, the departure was pretty straightforward. Yeah, eventually it's gonna start picking the same DME pairs as well, as it starts running out of pairings. Currently the weather radar is working? No, not yet. Waiting for X-Plane 12 for that. Yep. X-Plane 123. Yes, exactly, that one. Are we looking for fuel? Is this not going to be tight? Prague. Be landing with 3850. I put in GCTS is our alternate. Check fuel at alternate. Not that one. Perf in it. Yeah, okay, we're good. You got plenty of fuel. We got 2,400 pounds at GCTS. In fact, I could have coded in our equal time point as well. ETP, it didn't even compute because we are not inside of ETOPS area. We didn't have to be anyway. We're always 60 minutes or less from a suitable diversion airport. So Narta, Rolar, just ahead of Rolar, we're going to be starting a descent. And since we are unable to do Since we are not GPS capable, will you people tell me what sort of approaches we could do? So go to charts, go to upper menu, and let's pick out something. Could we do this? What do you people think? Could we do this approach when we do not have GPS on board? Operable anyway. No takers on today. Alright guys, out of options on DME tuning and VOR tuning. And let's see, what is he up to? Still says DME IRS, but it's just about getting ready to drop off. There's about a 2-minute or 3-minute grace where it's going to think that maybe we still might be able to get something, but other than that, it's just going to go blah. I couldn't see a GPS required. EPU 0.95 on the right, 1.07 on the left. And pretty soon he's going to drop that DME IRS. Theoretically, maybe we could. Before and after in history. Before and after in the history of the simulation, way better than the MSFS one. V12 engine. Trachemus, MSFS is very good looking, so I mean, temper your expectations. Captain Crash, reasonable thinking. People are. It's a good thing that you're looking for at the chart, but the reality. See now, this guy's also out of options. So pretty soon he's gonna dump the. He's gonna dump the DME IRS marker as well. Good thinking. Problem is this part here. The approval required, the RMP-AR procedure is mandatory GNSS. That's basically part of the definition of RMP-AR. So we couldn't do this one. But you were approaching it from a reasonable standpoint. So, next gotcha. The other RMP-AR that's also an RMP-AR, so also not applicable. Yes, RMP-AR implies GNSS required. There's another AR here. The more you know. But here's one. Kind of interesting. And crucially, this guy doesn't have any AR markings on it. It doesn't have any GNSS required on it. This constructed, we went over this last week in the internal. Yep. And RNAV 1 required. See, this guy's already dropped out of DME. This guy's gonna be going next pretty soon, in about a minute or so. We scoured the whole IKO RMP docs. Yeah, we did. So yeah, RMP-AR does require GNSS for precise lateral positioning. Now, that's actually for Mr. Prof's comp failure. How do I know for sure? It actually isn't necessarily encoded on the chart. That's the problem. It's a gotcha question, so to speak, because there we go. This guy's also in full inertial. It's a bit of a gotcha question because you don't necessarily know just based on the chart. So we're gonna go, since we are coders here, we can go ahead and look under the skirt, so to speak, and figure out how this thing is defined. If I go and bring you into here. We can take a gander at the innards. So custom data, we're going to LPMA, CIFP LPMA. And the approach that we wanted to look at is RNAV 05 Zulu. So, and here's RNAV 05 Zulu. We look at the last, so these are all the legs that define the approach. And these two qualifiers here, PS, these are the important ones. Specifically this guy here, it's called the route qualifier number 1. And if I show you what the definitions of these are, route qualifier number 1, P, is GPS required. Route qualifier number 2 is straight-in minimums. That's just a qualifier for minimum definition, but this guy is definitely GPS required. So is the Yankee approach. Yes, same thing, P. So GPS required. And the airplane does actually enforce this. If in the airplane you go to do an RMP approach, you do not have GPS, and you push the approach button, it will give you approach LNAV. It will try to fly it, but it's going to flash no APR at you, and it will give you an amber message here that says approach not available. So it will yell at you basically for doing something that you shouldn't be. Now it will still try to fly it. And again, you're the pilot, you're the boss. I wonder why this is not on the plate. Good question, I couldn't tell you. So following on from our previous cheating endeavor, let's see if we can find an approach that we can fly. RNAV 23, same thing, GPS required, so definitely no. But RNAV Alpha, here we go, RNAV A, these guys, so let me highlight that, RNAV A. These guys here, we look at the back, U. What's U stand for? U is RNAV any sensor available. So as long as you have RNAV capable, you're good. Doesn't matter how you do your sensors, as long as as long as you have any RNAV capability, all good. So that is the one we're gonna fly. And RNAV Bravo is the same thing. Also RNAV any sensor that you have. Letter, you gonna do some of that pilot shit, Toto? Yep. So, with that out of the way, we know what we can do. So we can do RNAV Alpha. And you can kind of see why. Because this guy terminates here pretty much a beam the opposite numbers. That's for runway 05. It's normally, it's officially declared as a circling approach, but realistically it's meant sort of for 05. Missed approach would go straight up to Monek, and you can see that we've got a ton of room here to maneuver, even if we have a lot of lateral positional error. So in that respect, we're good, we're in the clear. If we go to check on the original one that we planned, RNAV Zulu 05, that one also takes us from Pilim, but you'll see under guidance, under instrument guidance, it takes us very tightly towards terrain. And if we had like a 1 mile cross-track error here, we'd be plowing terrain pretty much. We'd be plowing grass. So that is why this guy's definitely RNAV. This guy's definitely GPS required. In fact, he's RMP 0.3 required. In fact, it's available with tighter minimums with 0.2 and 0.1, but Challenger officially is only certified to 0.3 minimums, the lateral precision. So we'd have to apply minimums 910 here. For the other approach, the minimums are way higher, obviously. Well, actually, they're kind of the same, but it's going to be a circling procedure, and we're going to have to maintain visual context, so obviously the minimums are going to be fairly good. The weather conditions are going to have to be pretty good visibility-wise. And after that, we would do visual circling for, let's see, 05. Not that one. Not that one. I had it in here. Where are you? Ah, there we go. RMP visual circling for 05. That's the one. So we'll take it from MA566. That's the one will come in. That'll where RNAV alpha will dump us out. And after this, it is up to us to circle ourselves under visual conditions. That's the whole thing. Otherwise, we could do this. Essentially, the circle is encoded in the RNAV Zulu 05 procedure, but we require GNSS guidance for that. Good stuff. So, let's go ahead and punch that in as fixes. How about that? We can do that. Index. I could put that in as flight plan waypoints, but that would not quite be legal if we just punch that into the approach. So instead, I'm going to use a fix. Or a bunch of fixes anyway. So, curved LDIN. Yep. Rosario, and we do have coordinates for that, so that's really helpful. I'm going to have to do and define these as database waypoints. So define a waypoint. And I'm just going to go lazy. Rosar is what I'm going to call you. And you're going to be north 32 40.6 and west 016 47.9, 32 40.6, 016 47.9. Store. Then we're going to call the next one Jello. North 32 39.9 and west 016 48.2. Godspeed seems appropriate. 32 39.9 016 48.2 store. And then the next one we'll call base T. Sure. North 32 38.5 west 016 46. Notice, by the way, you can put white space anywhere in here. It skips the white space, so it's not sensitive to that at all. Actually, it's a little bit sensitive because it got confused here. North 32. Did I enter you incorrectly? West 016 46 46.0. Yeah, okay, that's a good thing to know. I gotta fix this. The parser is a bit warped. Shouldn't be sensitive like that. 46.0. Okay, north 32, 38.5, west 016, 46.00. Store. Alrighty, and now I can use them in fixed definitions. So, rosar. Pilot waypoint list, yes. Let's take you to plan mode, take the range down, and go way ahead of ourselves. Go MFD advanced, center on Rosar. There we are. Sweet. Then Jello. Pilot waypoint list. Finally. Base T. Alrighty, and that's the one I want. So I got 3 fixes in here. Would I want to define some arcs? Nah, not really. I'm just gonna go and put a course reversal on here. So 219er. So the reverse of that would be what? Plus 180, minus 180. 039, I think. 039, something like that. Did I get that right? Quick math. Yes, I did. Yeah, they all were already in the nav data. I just defined duplicates, which is a thing you can do. It's perfectly legal in the box. It does let you do that. Up to you if you want to deal with the duplicates. Okay, the next guy after that. I'm actually going to take the reciprocal. Let's see. I could code a secondary flight plan with a visual approach. Oh, let's not do that now. And 229 on the 229 on radial crossing here. That'll be my final approach course. And that's the right hand turn will hang in there. Okay. Minimum 180. Got Jello. They don't define a center for the turn. If I had one, I would probably use it to define an arc, but close enough. And let's go from Jello to base T. What would that turn be? That'd be a right angle to it, wouldn't it? How do you find an arc? You need a center point. Yes, you do need a center, and you can only draw a circle. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from Jello, so we know that that's 229, so it's going to be 139 for this guy here. 139 for radial cross. Not quite. That's actually a right angle turn, yeah, it is. 229 is runway track. 129, that sort of defines what I want to do. He left me at 38,000 feet of descent. The landing video part never came, lol. Didn't he publish the landing tutorial already? Or no, hang on, he hasn't. He hasn't done that yet. He might have recorded it, I don't know. I know he's away for work right now, so, I mean, can't fault the guy for doing his duty. Alrighty, top of descent is about 80 miles away. So we know roughly what we're going to do. So I'm going to quickly punch in the approach that we've decided on, which is the RP Alpha. Good stuff. Depart, arrive, RNAV Alpha from Pilim. Legs next. Pilim to Pilim. Yeah, clear the disco here. Execute. Top of descent point hasn't been adjusted. That's good. And does it know what the runway is that we're going to be landing on? It might not be coded in the procedure. Yeah, it doesn't. So we have to put it in manually. Okay. As recorded has been published. So there you go. There's the answer. So runway 05. Sure, we'll get back to it. Yep. I mean, yeah, work is work. You can't really fault him for being reasonable about it. Okay, so there's no ATIS at LPMA, so we're gonna have to go ahead and fetch terminal weather. And while I'm at it, I'm also gonna fetch for our alternate GCTS send. Okay, it says max 230 at Pilim, and then there's a recommendation on the visual circling procedure not to exceed. In fact, I'm going to pick it up over here on any chart approach, and I'm going to pick in the visual approach procedure so I can cycle between them. So this way I can use the inner knob here just to cycle between approach, airport, and then my custom chart here for the visual circle. I don't think it's GR referenced. It might not be. I mean, either way, it wouldn't make a difference because our guidance accuracy is not going to be enough to place the airplane symbol anywhere accurately on those lines, so we shouldn't even rely on that. Terminal weather. La Palma is weather's out of the north, favoring definitely runway 05. This will be excessive tailwind for the other side. 240 variable. So there's a bunch of turbulence, as is typical. Did you fix the caret symbol on the right hand side of multiple METARs? Yes, I did. Nerd. Scattered 1500, broken 3000, 1913, 1021. Good stuff. Okay, cool. Let me just take a quick break here. I'll be back in a sec. Bathroom and stuff, and then we'll start the descent. Alrighty, back in the saddle. A smart person would have put up this little message here, wouldn't they? Whatever. Guess I'm not that. So, the airplane hasn't fallen out of the sky yet. How are we looking for guidance accuracy? 1.84. But we should be getting close to start obtaining positional updates via radio. Hopefully there is a VOR, usable VOR anyway. Yeah, there is for sure, because I know there's a VOR approach. Yeah, there's definitely a VOR there. So, that should definitely be usable. Just a quick check on the airport chart. And it doesn't list it on here. I'm just gonna have to look in the en routes, don't I? Might be in here? Of course not, why would it? There's a VOR Vortac Porto Santos. No, that's an airport symbol. Right, that's on it's the JEP charts. How do I get checklists on the empty? I haven't found it yet. B MacDoozy. Well, first of all, the checklists are usually displayed on here, but what I'm doing is I'm using the automated first officer who has a bunch of menu items on here. You can tell them to check an item or skip an item, and you can bind a command or a button on your joystick or a key bind to that to get him to do stuff for you, and he will do most of the airplane configuration while in flight or while in motion. Hey Sim Caesar, how are you? How are you doing? Okie doke. So let me just complete my performance stuff here. 19er. QNH is 1021. Runway length is good. Wind is 03013. And with all of that info in, landing factor, let's say 1.2, plenty of runway length. I'm just going to send off the data here so that we're done on that side. Coming up to top of descent here, less than a minute away. I'm going to arm VNav here and roll the altitude preselector down. Now, Vatsim has voice CTAP, doesn't it, already? So I can just self-announce. Madeira, Challenger 650, Charlie Lima, out of flight level 390. We're going to be coming in from the North 4 RMP Alpha approach for runway 05. Madeira traffic. Okay. Coming down, coming down. Cool. V-path. And we're in fact going to start slowing down. Bring it back down to 300 knots. In fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go resume the VNAV speeds, and that's gonna bring me back down to let's see, 300 on the descent. Good stuff. Progress wise, still in inertial guidance mode. So where are my DME updates and VOR updates? Ah, there's some already. It's trying them. We're about a half mile behind the airplane at this point. Just about a half mile. I mean, it'd be roughly along the path just as a coincidence here, but obviously. Yeah, this guy's off on a different tangent. He's off in a different direction. And you might be able to see that. Yeah, here you can see. They are not agreeing on the cross-track error at all. And the last guy's probably in yet a different direction. He thinks that we are to the left. Yeah, by 0.1 miles. According to him, vertical deviation, we are 400 feet high. According to this guy, we are 100 feet high, and according to this guy, We should be just about on the money. Yep, because he's the one guiding. Good stuff. And when we're within radio nav range, we should start to get updates here. If not, I can always try and manually do an update myself. So I can go to POSINIT here. Let's see, bearing source. Give me the VOR data. Not receiving that VOR. It is receiving VOR 2. And what's this guy trying to tune in? 114.9. Let me just quickly check on SkyVector. Just for my laziness. So functional VOR, FUN. So yeah, so there's low position accuracy. So let's go ahead and do a manual update here. FUN. Update from NavAid. Confirm position, yeah, 30 miles away. Let's see if that helps our EPU value. Yeah, it did bring it down a little bit. And clear back to automatic tuning. Progress, still in inertial nav. Is the auto first officer easy to set up use? I haven't used it before. B Macadoozy, you just click the button and he does things in order on the checklist as you would normally do them in flight. It gives you little hints up here. You'll see this once I get closer, with stuff that he does, and then stuff he expects you to do, or just to confirm. There are 3 different item types on there. There's either an action type that says 1 or action type 2, which means you do it or the first officer does it, and then it says confirm, where you're supposed to check whether the system status is the way you want it and just confirm. You don't have to actually do anything. All you need is to keep, yeah. Yeah, it tells you basically, and there's like hint images that teach you how to use the airplane and stuff. So how's this guy doing on the VOR stuff? Yeah, he's in VOR DME IRS updating. So he's already pretty good. This guy's still being kind of lethargic about it. I bet you he's trying some stupid... Nah, he should be on punctual VOR. Is already receivable. FUN. Why aren't you using them for... Could it be because he's in approach phase and doesn't want anything closer than or further away than 60 miles? POSINIT. No, he's... What? Okay, still, it's just receiving the FUN VOR. He hasn't picked anything different yet. Being a bit of an idiot there. Yeah, he wants STO 112.2. It is in auto-tune mode. It could be a matter of like overlapping signals or something. Well, he's trying for something different that has the same frequency. So we're just gonna go ahead and correct him myself. FUN. Update from NavAid. Okay. And put it back into auto-tune mode. Go back to Prague. Now it's not... it's still going to let me go to RMP4. Wait, let me bring the altitude further down. 4,000. You can start the descent checks, actually.
Descent checklist. Shoulder harness.
It's secure.
Passenger signs.
Are coming on.
Pressurization.
Is... let's see. 1021 is the meter. So 3014, about there. Pretty much sea level is about 100 feet above. So is that...
Fuel quantity and balance.
Fuel quantity is good, balance is good.
FMS, landing data, charts.
So FMS is set up, landing data is sent and charts are set up.
Approach briefing.
Completed.
VNAV transition flight level.
Is for that we got to go into perf VNAV setup and the transition flight level. It's like 60, isn't it? They probably don't give it on you on the chart. Let's see. Transition flight is probably going to be by ATC as usual. Yeah, transition level by ATC. Let's say something like 80 or something. Execute.
Descent checklist complete. In range checklist next.
Okay, and 1021 is going to be the meter. I'll preset that. Is it the correct meter? Am I not talking crap? Weather, terminal weather view at La Palma, AS1021, yeah, I remember that correctly. Good. Sweet. And here we go, down the hatch. Fill them at 3,000 or above clearance limit for the initial approach fix. That is checked. And let's go ahead and we're coming down below flight level 200. We'll open up the passengers. Wakey, wakey. Everybody.
May we have your attention, please? We're approaching our destination and will be landing in a few minutes.
Okay, landing time. Time-wise, what are we looking at here? 11 minutes. Pretty close.
Devices must be turned off. Ensure that your seats are fully upright.
Good stuff.
No loose articles are stowed. And observe the seatbelt and no smoking.
Flight level 180, sure, I'm going to turn on pulse lights here. Just to be on the safe side. Why doesn't this guy want to use radio corrections? The hell is your problem? I bet you it's that duplicate BOR or something. Still wants to go to STO. No, he wants to... What? 112.0. He wants STO, but it's listed at Funchal here. There's something stuck in there. So, on to manual updating we go. Pausing it. FUN. Update from Navaid. And you can see how it pulls it closer to us. 0.75. Just gonna have to do the updates manually myself. Is it also IRL that one can hear the flight spoilers while having the headphones on? I mean, they are pretty low frequency, so they would probably punch through. The headset isn't just a flat dampening for everything. It dampens some stuff more than the other, but low frequencies tend to punch through a lot of noise isolation. Okay, I don't want the display of high navigates here anymore. It's getting a little bit distracting. But do show me. I do want speeds and altitudes. Okay, decelerating. There's an airport. What kind of an airport are you? Nearest airports. You are LP something something. Can't see. LPPS. Okay. And direct nearest 9,000 foot runway. Good stuff. So with that in mind, Speed's coming back nicely. At 10,000 feet will do you in range. Go to pause again. Update from Navaid. Is it actually auto-updating now? No, I didn't disable you, did I? No, you're functional. Yeah, he's auto-updating now. Cause something rather. Check speed. Yep. So if I go ahead and delete you, index prog. Now he's in radio updates. DME IRS. Alrighty, we've got DME updates, all that good stuff. Got some tailwind. There's 10,000 feet. My landing lights are coming on solid.
In range checklist. APU. Started. Altimeters.
Are
3 set, cross-checked. Avionics.
Are set.
External lights. On. N1 target.
Is gonna be coming to takeoff.
Set.
What is your problem? This guy's somehow having trouble with radio reception. And once it requires radio signal, he'll come back down. Let's check out what he's doing. FMC position 2. STO. Aren't you receiving it? Really? Not receivable? He's gonna try for quite a bit until he gives up. He does have a DME off of it, but not a VOR ID, nothing. Like the station's dead. Why are you trying to TACAN, you idiot? It shouldn't have tried a TACAN. TACANs are eligible for DME corrections, but not for VOR DME. That's a bug I need to fix. Don't try TACANs for VOR DME updates. Good to know. Is it in Austria? No, it's trying for this one here, and that's a TACAN. That's the problem. It shouldn't have tried a TACAN. It knows that that's not something it should be trying. Well, I do have the data for it, but yeah, it's being just a bit of an idiot there. Okay, we've given the passenger briefing. We have approach checklist out of the way. Well, not quite. Not yet. Waiting for APU warm-up.
APU PAX transition.
There he goes.
Avail completed. APU generator. On. CAS.
Is checked.
In range checklist complete. Before landing checklist next.
Okay. Approach LNAV, glide path capture. And our minimum is gonna take us to 3,000, right? No, hang on, less. 940. We should have coded in minimum. You're beeping at me for 1,000 feet. You're not stopping there. Minimum. I'm horrible at this. Okay. Minimum is 940, isn't it? There it goes. Okay. 940 is set. And the miss approach is straight ahead to 3000. Yeah, I have Monac join hold. Yep, stop beeping. So speed's 230 out of Pillim. We're gonna actually start rolling the speed back here. Temperature wise, we don't need anti-ice, so all is well in that respect. And Madeira traffic, Challenger 650 Charlie Lima is on the RNAV Alpha at 3,000 feet, going to be circling to runway 05 on the visual approach. 650 Charlie Lima at Madeira. Okay, coming back down to speed. Call it 200 here. Roughly. We got through 3,000. Opposite traffic. Oh, come on, low position accuracy. Oh, right, yes, because you're down to that low thing. He's probably lost your DME lock on. You might be trying again for that stupid update from Navaid. There you go. Shut up. Okay. Flaps are coming out. I can see the runway. At this point, we would be okay to go to visual. Opposite traffic, either on the ground or landing. Actually, they're on the ground. Come on, one more update. Doesn't want to do an update with high accuracy here. There you go. Okay, gear.
Before landing checklist. Landing gear lever. Down indicating. No steer. Arm centered clear. Anti-skid.
Whoa. Maybe tight on the minimum there.
Armed tested. Passenger signs.
The visual circle wanted us
On.
much higher, didn't
Wing
it?
cal anti-ice.
1,000.
At minimum 850. Okay. Don't need it.
Continuous ignition. On. Thrust reversers. Armed. Spoilers. Stowed auto. Flaps.
To go. Okay, this can go away. Gotta slow down to final approach speed here. God, I need more hands.
Set. CAS.
Act.
Before landing checklist complete. After landing checklist next.
Alrighty, looks about right. Start to turn. In fact, I'm gonna take this thing here. You got this. I don't know, it's feeling all kinds of sideways. Back to the clouds, I'm not even getting a good frame rate, but whatever. Got wind coming out of the north here, so we gotta be looking after those mountains. You want to smack into them. Runway is about in sight. Madeira traffic, Challenger on the circle of land 05, about 3 miles. Madeira traffic. That's more like 2 miles, but whatever. Plain textures, it looks like visual.
Approaching minimum.
Yeah.
1,000. Minimums.
Checked and continue. Runway's in sight. Flaps are down, gears down, good stuff. Bring out a bit more wide. Bit high.
500.
There's a freaking pappies. Nobody bothered implementing any. Cool. That's real helpful. Oh no, there they are. 4 reds, actually. This is a fucked up runway anyway. The terrain here, in the stock X-plane terrain, is pretty shit. We're gonna have to pull up quite a bit sooner than normal.
100.
And pull.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright, here we are. There is a taxiway here from which we can vacate, but the stock X-plane terrain ain't making it easy. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect from Vatsim, because this is just... they're just wondering why there's an airplane. A disconnect. Disconnect, you stupid piece of crap. Why there is an airplane that's hovering above the runway. Hope X-Plane 12 will improve things. Well, I shall see. I don't know. The terrain situation is still a little bit wonkadoodle there.
After landing checklist. Landing pulse recog lights. Off. Anti-collision lights. Off. Continuous ignition. Off. Windshield heat. Off. Probes. Off. Wing anti-ice. Off. Cowl anti-ice.
Not required.
Spoilers. Stowed. Flaps. 0. ATC TCAS. Alt on. Radar
Sweet.
mode. Standby. After landing checklist complete.
We're gonna go back
Engine
over
shutdown
to that
checklist
building.
next.
I think that's like GA parking and stuff. Let's see. More or less. And we landed with 3720, just about what we expected, I guess, based on the flight plan. Well, actually, we've got a bunch more than flight plan predicted. Yeah, terrain doesn't appear to have been focused this far. Really crazy undertaking for sure. Yeah, I can believe that. Cool. Let's just stick it over here somewhere by the building. Righty. Close enough is good enough. Parking brake. Alrighty.
Engine shutdown checklist. Taxi lights.
I'll call
Off.
Jenny.
Parking brake. Set. Reverse thrust. Stowed. Generators
Hot start
1 and
flight
2.
support. Jenny speaking. How can we help?
Get
Understood.
the van out.
We'll have that ready for you.
Jenny.
Anything else?
That's
Always a pleasure. Take care.
Okay, gens 1 and 2. Out.
Off. Engine 2 shut down. Fuel boost pumps.
Or off.
Off. Fuel system.
Right fuel low.
Engine 1 shut down. Check ITT below 350 degrees Celsius.
And it is. Engine shutting down.
Anti-ice. Off. 14th stage. Off. Beacon. Off. No steer.
Get me the chocks, please.
Off. ATC TCAS.
Yes. Stand by.
Parking brake if chocked.
Waiting for the chocks. Still got my feet on the brakes as well. Okay. Parking brake and gradually release brake pressure. We're not rolling away. Good stuff.
Passenger signs.
Are coming off.
Off. Cabin differential. 0 psi. Engine shutdown checklist complete. Securing checklist next.
Hey folks, how are you doing? Let's go ahead and get your asses out of here. Should have given them the overwater as well. Cool. Now we just wait for Jenny to bring the van over.
The airport taxi's here. Thank you, Captain. Great flight as always. Well, I'll see you next time.
Cheerio. Take care. Now then, final flight of the day, so we're going to pack up the jet and get the thing cleaned up. We should, we should normally wait for 15 minutes after engine shutdown to check the engine oil. The passengers are gone. Watch it. What an incline we actually stopped, man. Check for forgotten items. Close the blinds. Clean up. And yeah, this is the only window that closes from below the blind, because it's in an escape window or emergency exit, so the internal mechanism is different for that one. Close and close. Sweet. Gonna come up here, turn off the cabin utility switch so that the infotainment system back here is gonna have time to clearly shut down, cleanly anyway. Cool. Actually, one more thing I wanted to bring up on here. Shut down the lights. Good. Everything else is looking fine. Going to do a post-flight walk around. Since I don't have to be filling out paperwork, I'll just go straight to the shutdown items here. We'll put on the covers afterwards. Alrighty. No dead birds. Things or dents. We didn't scrape the tail, which is a positive thing. The clacking is obviously the fan. Good stuff. Chocks are in, pins are in.
Nose door.
Alrighty. Let's pretend we've waited for enough time to do the oil servicing. We'd hop out. We climb back in here. Do it like this. Fire it up. Do a lamp test. Both engines need servicing, so take a note of the oil level, 3.25 quarts, and onto the left we will put wow, this thing is consuming oil like crazy. About 0.8 quarts. And onto the right. We were about 2.35. Here we go, and we've added about, let's see, half, 3/4, yeah, about 0.8 quarts in both of them. Similar engines. Let's refill the oil tank here. And shut off the lighty light. There's a servicing limit actually, so that you don't overfill. So you're not supposed to be adding like the full tank all in one go. And I'm going to fill you up about 4.5 quarts. It actually dipped by about a quart. Was it due to oil density? Probably. Might have been very cold fuel or cold oil in there after the flight. So about 4 quarts goes back in. Good stuff. Engines are hot as usual, so you still got the heat and shimmer. So take a note of how much oil we've serviced into the engine. This thing's shut down. This thing's shut down. Lines are closed. No forgotten belongings. No dirty residues or anything from the passengers. Good stuff. Let's go ahead and pack it up. I don't know how people don't like this kind of aspect. I personally love this. 2 quarts per engine. 0.8 per engine. Actually, just less than 1 quart. Yep. Oil temp on the right, 88. On the left, 90. They broke ortho with their mesh. Still crap. Good stuff. Personally, I love this kind of stuff. Like, this is where that's what you actually do in an airplane. You care for it. What was our landing rate? Our landing G load? Oof, that was a plonker. 0.606. Within limits, but it was definitely on the firmer side. That's okay. Safe and positive. Good stuff. The maximum, I'd have to look in the manual to be honest. I'm not sure. It's somewhere around 1 to 2 quarts. Although I haven't been refilling the oil in a while, so there might be quite a few hours on there. It's like an hourly coefficient of how much oil you're allowed to add. That's why they all want failures and wear. Yep. BNAF goes out. Okay. Secure and checks.
Secure and checklist. Emergency lights.
Are out.
AC DC utility switch.
Switch these guys off as well. That's in.
Headsets.
Off.
Thrust reversers.
Are off.
Chocks.
In.
Parking brake.
Released.
Hydraulic pumps.
Entry low pressure, good.
Nav lights, logo light.
Nav lights out, logo lights off.
APU generator
is off. Start stop. Packs off. Isolation LCV off. Wait to confirm the APU is definitely shutting down. Yes, it is. You can even hear it. Okay, power fuel goes out. And in about a minute, this would disappear. But really, we don't have any fault codes on the APU today, so all is good. We can go ahead and shut her down. Okay. After this, we'd also check pins and covers. You know what? On the flight back, we will have GPS. Oh, where's the other GPS breaker? GPS 1, there you are. Good stuff. So close that and go ahead and shut the door. And let me put the covers on. That, and that. There we go. Sweet. Cool. So, let's head out to the FBO. Let's imagine that's the FBO. Alrighty, see you around, Jenny. Yay for GPS being back. See you around, and everybody, take care, have a good one, and I shall see you all in the next one, I suppose. And I've got stuff to fix. So, everybody, take care, and bye.